Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cole speaking to you Sunday morning, July 30th. You all will be seeing this either the 30th or Monday the 31st, I assume. We now enter in week 5 of Humanities 2333 Philosophy of Life for the summer 2023 term on the 7-week schedule. Second 7 weeks. Everybody, please note we'll be running our third discussion Monday and Tuesday, the 31st and August 1st. So once again, these are 25 points you can pick up. The assignment has gone out, and I hope that this will be something that will be of interest to you. Everybody, on the syllabus for this week and into next week, we'll be working on ethics. I'm making one change to the syllabus. We have units 11 and 12 on the syllabus this week, and for Unit 11, please read Chapter 1. You have Chapter 2 assigned for later in the week, Unit 12, and for Unit 14 this week. So we're going to read both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 from the textbook for this material, rather than just Chapter 2, as the syllabus originally said. And I'll get out a revised syllabus. It's a very minor change, but I'll correct the syllabus and attach that and forward it to you. Everybody, the second written assignment is due 2 weeks from Monday. That's August 14th. I hope this will be something challenging and interesting for you. So take a look at the assignment and contact me with any questions, problems, or issues you might have about it. All right, what we have on the syllabus this week. For Unit 11, you'll find these notes are largely about cynicism. We discuss a number of attitudes that people have that pose a problem for the practice of ethics. And for one thing, many people are cynical about ethics. Many people's response to ethical questions is one of cynicism, and so cynicism poses a challenge to ethics. We go through a series of these attitudes where we spend more time on cynicism than anything else, so I hope that will be food for thought for you. Now, after that, everybody, in Unit 12, we look at 2 of 3 big ethical theories we're going to be discussing over the next couple of weeks. Basically, there are 3 important theories to consider in ethics. 2 of them are consequentialist, so that's what we're taking up in Unit 12. 1 is not, and that will be dealt with in Unit 14 next week. In consequentialist theory, again, the idea that you should judge actions by their consequences, the alternatives are utilitarianism and an Aristotelian virtue theory, which is sometimes known by the technical term perfectionism. Okay. The third view would be associated with the thought of philosopher Immanuel Kant, who insists that you have a duty to be ethical, whatever the consequences. So his views are called non-consequentialist or deontological. Okay. Now, the first and third of those, utilitarian theory and Kantian deontological theory, really are indifferent to whatever decisions you make about how to live your life. You have certain duties you may be expected to carry out, but beyond that, it's up to you to decide what to do with your life. In utilitarianism, which is associated with the views of English reformers, Jeremy Bentham especially, and also John Stuart Mill. In Bentham's version, the idea seems to be that utility, or good things, are things that can be quantified. So your obligation is to do whatever will bring about the greatest good for the greatest number in terms of utility. So everything you do, or at least you may have some obligations to bring about greater rather than less utility for other people. Now, it seemed a very crude idea to try to quantify utility. And John Stuart Mill tried to modify the theory by insisting there are higher and lower pleasures or goods, okay, rather than just one sort of utility that can be quantified. Bentham and John Stuart Mill Their significance perhaps was greater as social reformers than as theorists in this area. Okay. Arguably, they achieved some good in terms of social reform, but there aren't all that many people who are utilitarians anymore, especially in terms of trying to quantify utility. Okay. The other theory we want to look at this week is what I call perfectionism or virtue theory. And this would insist that there are some ways of life that are better than others. In other words, the idea is that in ethics we should be trying to cultivate certain types of virtues, okay, or virtuous, ethical ways of living. And some ways of doing that are better than others. We spend quite a bit of time in the class notes discussing that, along with the views of a number of writers, although it starts with Aristotle all the way to his famous work, all the way back to his famous work of ethics, which is known as the Nicomachean Ethics. All right, so that's what's on the syllabus for this week, along with our discussion Monday and Tuesday, the 31st and the 1st. Once we finish that discussion, we'll be rolling out another discussion for the following week, because we've got to get in a total of 5 by the end of the term. So you've got your discussion Monday and Tuesday this week. You've got class notes to look at for units 11 and 12, along with chapters 1 and 2 from the textbook. You want to begin thinking about what you're going to say in your second reading assignment due August the 14th. So that is it for this week. We'll be talking to you again about a week from now at this time.